even 1 mark could make a difference of 10, 20, 50 ranks. That's how tight the race is when it comes to NEET, because you don't know yet what is the extent of the leak. Neither had they mentioned anything about grace marks in their prospectus, nor any time after the exams were taken, nor when the results were announced. There is a complete lack of transparency and total shutdown of information from NTA.
This year, the NEET results logged a record number of perfect scores. 67 students got 720 out of 720. Last year, that number was just 2. But that's not all. The results that were announced on the 4th of June, the same day votes were counted in the general elections, threw up new, disturbing questions every day, including the allegations of a paper leak. The NTA, or the National Testing Agency, a body that was set up to conduct competitive exams in 2017, found itself at the center of this mess. NEET has made it to Parliament in speeches of the President, the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition, and even in disruption. But let's keep the politics aside for now and talk about how we got here in the first place. From the get-go, the allegations of a paper leak were outrightly denied. But it's not clear why, given that Bihar had already made arrests on the same day that students appeared for the NEET exam on the 5th of May.
They also kept on insisting when students said that the question papers were leaked. They said, no, this is all about grace marks, nothing to do with NEET leaking. There was no leakage at all. This is kind of strange because May 5th is the exam. In Bihar, on the same day, they caught these guys who had supposedly had copies of the question paper, and they are supposed to have informed the NTA about this.
Close to 24 lakh students took the NEET exam this year, the written exam for admissions to undergraduate medical, dental, Ayush and nursing streams. Over 13 lakh have qualified, but the first whiff of irregularities popped up on day 1 with the announcement of 67 students scoring a perfect result. A lot has been said about the grace marks NTA gave out to students. That's how it first explained the inflated ranks. After much prodding and nudging, NTA said 1563 students were given grace marks to compensate for the time they had lost while taking the exam. Remember one of the things we started the video with?
Neither had they mentioned anything about grace marks in their prospectus, nor any time after the exams were taken, nor when the results were announced.
It's also not clear why NTA chose a grace marks formula used in the past for an online exam and applied it to an offline exam like NEET. And from all accounts, grace marks were only given out to those who complained to the NTA. Other students didn't know this was even an option. Either way, since the government told the court it would hold a re-exam for these 1563 students, and it did, 813 of the original 1563 took the exam again. Others preferred to stick to their scores minus the grace marks. The grace marks loop has been closed for now. But there has been an inflation in the ranks. So what does that mean? It means that till last year, if you scored 700, then you would roughly be in the 300-400 rank range. This year with that score, your rank would have dropped to 2,300s. A score of 600 last year could have got you at least some options to choose from. But with a score of 600 this time, your rank would have dropped to the 1 lakh range. That would rule out most government colleges where the All India seats are in the range of just 50,000. Call it dark humor, but even if you are a topper this year, you mean one of those 67 students, you still won't get through AIIMS New Delhi, where there are only 50 odd seats. The 2 weeks since the results, we had gone from the government saying there was no paper leak to handing over the entire investigation to the CBI that now spans at least 5 states. So let's look at what we know about these investigations. First, Bihar. Here the arrests were made on the day of the NEET exam. That's the 5th of May. The Economic Offences Unit of the Bihar Police had arrested 13 by mid-June, which included 4 examinees and their family members. They reportedly got a copy of the NEET paper on the eve of the exam. The CBI arrested Ashutosh and Manish Kumar a day after taking over the investigation. The CBI also arrested the principal and vice principal of a school in Hazaribagh in Jharkhand. The accused principal, Dr. Ehsanul Haq, was the district coordinator for the NEET examination in Hazaribagh, and his deputy, Imtiaz Alam, was the center superintendent at Oasis School, apart from being the NTA's observer. It's believed the papers were leaked from this school. From the east, let's go to the west of the country to Godhra in Gujarat. The CBI arrested the owner of a private school in Godhra. It's alleged that Dikshit Patel asked for 10 lakh rupees to help candidates clear the test. Before this, the Gujarat police had arrested 5 others, all linked to alleged malpractices during the NEET undergraduate exam. And then there is the curious case of Jhajjar in Haryana, which had 6 students in the top 100 list and seemed to have come from the same center.
No coaching center claimed these candidates. Usually coaching centers are all falling over themselves to claim that the candidates were trained in their centers. So nobody came forward to claim that these guys studied in their centers. Who are these 6 people? Who are these mysterious 6 who don't have a surname, who are all from one center, who got 720 out of 720 and who don't seem to have gone to any coaching class? So all of these are made people really suspicious.
While the CBI investigates the question paper leak allegations, the Supreme Court is listening to a bunch of petitions on various aspects of the exam and its alleged irregularities.
जो भी लोग हैं, उसकी तह तक हम किसी को भी नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
हमें पता भी नहीं था कि ग्रेस मार्क नाम की कोई चीज होती है। हम भी कोर्ट में केस करते, हम भी रीनीट का मौका पा सकते थे।
For most of last month, the fiasco around NEET results have dominated the headlines. The Supreme Court is now looking into this. The NDA chief has been shunted. The government has set up a reform panel for NTA and the CBI is investigating the many allegations. It's unlikely the headlines are going to disappear anytime soon. NTA conducts some of the most competitive exams like the undergraduate and postgraduate NEET, the CUET again undergraduate and postgraduate, and the JEE main, besides others like UGC. After NEET, some other exams have also been cancelled, only adding to this crisis of credibility.
हमें सोचना होगा कि हम जुगाड़ू डॉक्टर बनाने वाले हैं या पढ़ाकू डॉक्टर बनाने वाले हैं, तो वी शुड बी टेकिंग फास्ट ट्रैक डिसीजंस.